Welcome to 1080 31st Street, the historic George Mills home. This home is filled with rich history, stunning features, and architectural charm. Iowa Realty agent Melanee Stanbrough is here to share all of the details. Melanee, thank you so much for having me today in this exquisite historic property. Tell me a little bit about this home and about George Mills.
Yeah, so this house was built in 1907. It's 2,693 square feet. We now have 5 bedrooms, with the primary being in the upstairs attic. And as you can tell, much of the historical charm remains with this house. So the previous caretakers of this home, luckily, have done the necessary updates that are needed, but they've kept all the amazing charm of this property. Things such as, the trim in this house is all original. The fireplace we're standing in front of, that is original. They have converted that now to gas. But all of the leaded glass windows and, all the trim, everything is original from 1907.
Well, and history, George Mills.
Yeah, so George Mills, who's a big, figure for the Des Moines area, who was an author who wrote several books. His most famous one, I think, was the one he wrote on Frederick Hubble, who everybody knows the Hubble name, and he was the one who actually built that empire. And so he wrote several books about him. He also was a Des Moines Register reporter, mostly political and history, for 28 years. So he was a long-time figure, obviously, in the Des Moines area.
One of the things I love about this home, Mel, is just all of the unique spaces and the great floor plan.
Yeah, so this room, obviously, you could imagine this room as a little den. It could be actually a reading room. I mean, it'd be a great little library in here. So there is so many really cool spaces in this house. And the rooms, other than these little quaint spaces, most of the rooms are quite large.
Well, and this room especially, we talked about that historic preservation, and this room demonstrates it perfectly with the leaded glass windows, the crown molding, and the built-ins.
It does. And, the built-ins are all completely leaded glass. Nothing has changed. Even the windows, while the windows have been updated, all of the inside of these windows, they kept the historical charm, and they replaced the outside so that they didn't have vinyl. We don't want to see vinyl windows in a historic house. So they were really good to do that. Lighting, they tried to keep it as much period lighting as they could. These sellers were such great caretakers of this home, and that's what we're looking for, is somebody who wants to continue that, that love of history, that love of charm. There's nothing cookie cutter about this house.
Well, let's head to the second floor.
Sounds good.
All right. What's so special about a light fixture? Well, these are original to the home and were rewired to make them modern. We had to stop in this particular bathroom so you could see how they were able to do modern updates, yet give you all of the sophistication that still comes with history. The clawfoot tub, the tile, these are the things that make a historic property special.
Correct, yeah. So it's just one of the amazing original details. One of the other things is the leaded glass window as you're coming up the stairs. That is original to this home as well.
It is beautiful.
Lots of amazing character in this house. So welcome to the primary suite. So these sellers decided to take this 400 square feet of unused space and turned it into their primary space.
Well, and it was such a great idea with the skylight. There's so much natural light, and most people would not expect there's also a bathroom in this 400 square feet as well.
There is. So, it's just a wonderful space, and obviously it has more light in this attic space than you'll ever see in another attic.
Well, and still ability to keep the history, but still personalize it for yourself.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's head back down to the main floor.
Sounds good.
Well, no tour would be complete without taking a look at the kitchen.
That's right. So this kitchen obviously has been updated, cabinetry, granite countertops, new appliances, but they're still amazing features. The exposed brick wall, all the woodwork again, all the doors, the doorknobs. Nobody's replaced the doorknobs in this house either, which is pretty cool.
Well, and I love how the cabinets go all the way to the ceiling, so they really have maximized the space available.
Yeah.
And now talk to me about listing price.
So price of this one is $579,900, which is a bargain compared to some of the neighbors have sold well into the sevens.
Now, this is a very special property, so if this one has caught your eye, it can be seen by appointment only. So make sure you get a hold of Mel and schedule your own personal tour.